I've already done a few steps off camera, such as putting the clips on the dash trim ring, which takes about 5 seconds. I also went ahead and stripped and wired up the wiring harnesses. This is the harness that came from Crutchfield, and this is the one that comes with the Sony. I'll make sure that everything works, and then I will put these end crimp sleeves on. There is a microphone so that you can use your phone hands-free. It has Apple CarPlay, and you can use Siri, speech to text, and all of that good stuff. So there are also 2 USB cables to be able to hook up your phone and have it connect and be controlled through the stereo. So I'm gonna have to do a little modification, and you'll see that in just a minute. Left and a right that goes onto the new stereo. I already put the right one on, and here's the left. They include the screws with that, of course. And then the next step is to put these inside of the opening of the dash. So now we're out at the van. As you can see, I've already pulled the factory stereo out to kind of look around and see how much space there is behind and where I can route cables and the microphone. I've already used a Torx bit to take this out once, and now it is stuck. One of the modifications that I figured out I'm going to need to do is dealing with this glove box. I think this is going to be the way that I route the USB cables to hook the phones up. So in this top glove box, but there are 4 places for screws. They are Torx, and then convenient spacing. I realized that the same thing that allows you to pull the factory stereo is the right space to fit and press these clips. Once you've taken the bolts out, you'll then give some pressure to these clips. You can actually push this down in all the way to relieve those clips, and then use a flat screwdriver or a legitimate trim prying tool to pry this up. That's what that looks like. Comes out pretty easy. All right, if you buy your stereo from Crutchfield, they're gonna include everything you need, like these tools to pull the factory stereo. You just go in the 4 holes, press them in. That undoes the clips, and you can very easily pull that out. Since we already disconnected the battery, now we can disconnect the wiring harness, which is multiple cables. This one is the antenna. They include an antenna adapter. These are going to be a little harder to remove. Oh, there's a little more room. All right, there's one out. All right, there's both of them out. And there's the tiny factory head unit.
Bye!
It weighs like
2 pounds.
Or half a pound.
It's like 2 pounds.
All right, so wiring harness, antenna, and then use a screwdriver to take out a screw here and here. I've already taken one of them out. There's that.
We don't need that either.
All right, so now we've got a lot more space in here. And I took out the top glove compartment and drilled holes so that our USB cables can come through. So I'm holding each end of the trim removal tool, and it's going to be easier to go through right here at the bottom corner with those 2 USB cables. Next, Crutchfield with their install kit includes these as well. The left, and this is the right. the screws that we took out go back in here, and which way? And here. Here is the microphone cable, which will run to the driver's side, of course. Here are the two mated wiring harnesses. Here is the trim ring. So here is the main control USB. Rattle in the future. It's hard to ever get them. Okay, and here is our second USB port. Ran through. I will grab the bottom of the glove box. I'm going to put the main one through the front and the secondary through the back. Okay, so that's back in place. All right, we just spent at least 20 minutes trying to fish the parking brake cable, which is this green cable, through to make it follow the microphone cable. And then I finally wised up. We tied the green cable to the black microphone cable and was able to pull it through with a couple of tries. So now we can hook up the parking brake cable. We have reattached the battery and connected the wiring harness to the stereo after Jessica crimped all of the ends together. We're checking to see if we have power, and it looks like we don't right now. So we've got some troubleshooting to do. So we now have everything connected. We forgot to connect the factory harness to the adapter, and we were worried that it wasn't turning on. So now let's see if we turn on.
Sony. Sweet. Let's just go to 2021.